Hey guys, how are we? It's your boy, TFZ. Sorry about the name, it's a shocker, I know. This is me playing as TF against a Platinum 3 Nocturne. This is on a Smurf, and I wanted to show you this video because I think it highlights the importance of knowing the matchup and laning in the early game. So the matchup isn't just knowing what you want to accomplish, it's also knowing what the enemy wants to accomplish. Nocturne likes to shove, get Tiamat, get level 6 and roam. That's a simplified version, of course, but knowing that he wants to shove helps us to formulate our game plan. So I can either waste mana on hitting Nocturne early, I might even skill E second to harass him. Even if I have Electrocute and Ignite, do I really have any kill pressure in this lane? The answer is no. Unless my jungler ganks. That's the only way. So Ignite is useless in my opinion. So running Spellbook, Resolve, he has way too much to sustain, and we should be focusing on setting up ganks for the Elise. Their jungler is Nuda, who will most likely fall clear, and the lane should be in a state where we are more than safe from getting ganked. So jungle influence is non-existent from their side, but hopefully exists from our side. So my opening here, guys, is based on what Nocturne should do, and he should Q the wave and shove, otherwise I'm just going to poke him for free. So here we go, I'm just seeing how he reacts to this. So at the moment I'm rotating my W, trying to kind of bait him into going up for CS and be getting some free poke. Now you see how he's playing this lane. So what he should be doing is queuing this wave. Instead, he decides to queue me, which is perfect. So my positioning here is kind of important. So I'm not just like running into the creeps, because if I stand with the creeps here, in line with this, and he queues, he gets damage on the creeps, which is what he wants. He gets the shove, and he gets damage on me for free, which is what I don't want. So I'm positioning myself low on the south side of mid to kind of invite him to try and land a Q on me. If he does, I'm not even that worried about it, because there's no way he's going to run up to me and auto-attack me, because he's going to take creep aggro. So positioning myself here gives him two options. He either Qs the wave, which is what he should do, or he Qs me. And if he hits it, I don't even think it's worth for him, because the lane is still in a good spot for me. It's not shoving in, I can just kind of control the wave, which is the key here. One thing I should note is that if he does try to Q you, do not fucking W the wave and shove it. You want to be rotating through your W, because he will shove this wave no matter what, because of his passive. And what he should do with his Q. So he will shove the wave no matter what. You do not want to make this lane longer than it needs to be. Because if the wave is in this state, and Nocturne has a way to catch up to you, which he does with his Q, and Udyr ganks you, you're in a sticky situation. So you never really want the lane being passed here. If you can keep it here though, it's very beneficial for you, and this Nocturne allows me to do so, which is what we're going to see. So what he should do again, is Q the wave and just get a shove going. So here, I pull up my W, trying to kind of say, you know what, mate, if you go for a CS, I'm going to harass you. And again here, like he's playing the lane kind of weird, like not walking up to the CS and getting a shove on. Again here, he decides to Q me, so these minions are healthy. And see how the lane here is in a nice state. Now I'm auto-attacking these minions to keep them in this kind of vicinity. As you can see, 2 versus 2. And again, he's going to get the shove against me just because of his passive. So again, he walks up here and Qs me. And auto-attacks me here and gets minion aggro. So all this does... Let me just pause and go back a second. What this does here... So it's a very int thing which he did. Now, he might win this trade, but the bad thing is that... If I pause the video again. What he's doing here, he's taking all this creep aggro. So this creep is attacking him. These 2 creeps are attacking him. This creep is also lost HP, which means the lane is going to shove again. And what he's doing is he's drawing minion aggro. So my minions, instead of attacking these creeps and killing these, are attacking him instead. Which means that his creeps are going to shove this wave in. And I'm not taking any aggro when he runs up this far. So again, him playing the lane like this and looking for early trades. And all he should just be doing here, especially with this wave, is hard shoving. Because he wants to get the bounce back on the 3rd wave. Instead, he's putting the lane in a very bad spot for him, especially because I've got an Elise jungle. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out well for my jungler this game. But generally speaking, like, this is just terrible for Nocturne. And his game plan, like, him not knowing the matchup is very detrimental to his lane. So again, he might win that trade, but I'm totally fine with that. And here it's just about CSing and trying to control the wave in this spot. So if you see me red carding the wave or just auto-attacking creeps, is to keep the lane in a good spot for me. I don't really want to get shoved under turret here. As you see, Elise dies, which is just unfortunate. I can't go to help. Again, Nocturne Qs me and not the wave. He takes a bit of a harass here. And the wave is in a good spot here. So the reason I've auto-attacked him there and try to get some harass on him is because this lane isn't hard shoving. If this lane was hard shoving and crashing into my turret, I'd try to thin out the wave, but I don't need to. all I can do is just run over here and just hold this minion up, and the wave is going to be in a nice spot. Again, if Udyr decides to gank me, or if he didn't invade at least, let's say he just full cleared bot side and he looks to gank me, there's no way he ganks me when I'm in, like, this vicinity. It's impossible. So again, if we see this lane, how bad it is for Nocturne, again, he's getting the shove. As soon as he auto-attacks this with his passive, these minions have now lost health. And he's got one extra minion from the last wave, and his wave is still healthy. So again, it's still shoving into me, and here it's just about controlling the wave. This is where it gets interesting, though. So the lane for me, at the moment, is going really well. I think I've missed maybe one CS, which is fine. Get all these, which is important. And now I'm going to run over to my Elise and try help him out. So this lane, what I've left it here, is fine for me. Maybe I should stay for the cannon, but helping your jungler here is important, especially because I see Alawi down here. If Alawi wasn't down here, there's no way I'd go. And we end up getting a kill here. So if you look back in mid, Nocturne actually hasn't shoved the wave in. So this is really bad for him. So you see how this wave is held up here, and he's not shoving this next wave in. It means that I'm not losing anything for Gunner Roam here. Now, I may miss a cannon, and I probably do in this, but honestly, one cannon for I end up getting a kill here is obviously just not worth a Nocturne. So me roaming up here, the opportunity cost is one cannon, which is, what, 60 gold, I think, in the early game? Maybe more. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, it's a cannon minion, right? So 300 gold for a kill versus, I don't know, let's say less than 100 gold, right? This is obviously more worth. So this roam here, there's no opportunity cost really for me. If he shoves this wave in, I lose gold, and then I lose XP from a whole wave. So Nocturne is just completely misplaying this early game, and me roaming for free is just really bad for him and his team. And as you can see, he's trying to follow the roam up, but it doesn't do anything because he's so far down. So all he should focus on is just shoving that wave in. So again, if you're in that situation and Nocturne, I don't know, ran before me, and ran before me, you've got to shove that in and get prior. And deny him that golden XP. So here, because I knew Nocturne was roaming, all I want to do is try shove this lane in, and I try to do that. So I'm using my Dematerializer on the CS, using my Q, trying to farm as best as I can. And we're going to try shove this wave in. We also saw Elise getting caught, so Nocturne ran all the way around, actually. I thought he would have just ran back through river, but he runs all the way around. And shoving this lane in, so this is what Nocturne should have done previously, but we end up doing it here. It's a couple of CS, but it's a very clean early game, and this is just from knowing the matchup. Like Nocturne, I think he's running Electrocute, so he's not running Tempo, which is good for him because it procs on his Q. So this lane's going very well at the moment. Here, I probably should have bought like a Dark Seal, maybe an Amp Tone Cloth Armor. I don't know if I would have afforded all of them. Waiting for a Catalyst is a little bit inefficient here, but we're not going to focus too much on that. I want to focus more on this lane. Again, I'm not a fucking... I don't know the ins and outs of TF yet. We've just started getting back into him, but I think like mechanically and laning we're actually fine, which is what I want to focus on here. So Udyr comes in. I think he smited that red buff, so he gets a buff here. So he's fighting Elise. I don't really want to give up this wave under turret, so the Elise is going to have to fend for herself. End up missing a little bit of CS. I probably could have roamed up here to him, but again, doing that, I just don't want to do it because I'm going to give up gold and XP mid. So this is the thing. It's like what I'm talking about before, where Nocturne should just crash this wave in when I go to roam, because I'm going to miss gold and XP here. This is the quandary you're in. It's like, do you give up all this fucking wave to go help your jungler who's probably going to die behind anyway? In this situation, no. If your jungler was winning and their jungler was fucking invading you, yeah, I'd probably go help, because it's like, alright, well, I'm going to put you further behind. But going over there is probably a waste of time because Udyr is so far ahead. So all I'm focusing on here, I'm now tunnel visioning, right, Elise is having a rough start. I'm not going to go near her and help her because she's just, you know, down in XP and items and whatever else. Good general tip, that is not to go near your losing kind of players and fight around them, unless it's like really free. So right here, Nocturne shoving this in, which is what he should have done like waves 1 and 2. As you can see, like I'm copying a little bit of minion aggro here and losing HP, so there is kind of a cost to me doing this and holding the wave up. So if I was to do that at level 1 and 2, I'm probably at half HP, which is the reason why you shove on Nocturne. Again, if Nocturne decides not to shove and try to make the lane long, as I was saying before, like try keep the wave here, which is kind of impossible on that champion, because when he gets Tiamat and it's passive, like it's too much. Here, nice tip, always Q before you W, because it will look as if you're going to W him and stun card him. especially at close range. If I would have got feared there, I actually would have gone pretty low, so important I did that. So at least it's 0-3. So again, like, these things change during a game. Like, looking in champ select, it should be like, alright, at least it's level 3, you know, blue, gromp, red, and then looks to gank mid because the lane should be in a good state, which it was. But these things change in a game, so now my jungler has no real fucking pressure on the map. Now it's just about trying to keep this wave here. I should be auto-attacking these creeps here, but I know I'm fine. So Nocturne might even want to consider tethering this, but does he get anything for tethering it? Not really. Tethering, again, is just where you kind of, like, accompany the wave into the turret, making sure it gets there. And if I decide to hold it up here, then he can try and poke me with Q, maybe even E me. So the lane continues. So Nocturne goes Mia here. Now, I think this was a mistake by me, because Nocturne is level 6, as we can tell. And I think he has both summons. I wasn't actually looking at the chat here. Maybe at least pings his Ignite early game or its Flash, I'm not entirely sure. But me doing this regardless is very risky. Now, I know Elise is in somewhat close vicinity here, but me using my red card in this wave is just very bad. If I'm versing a champion on TF that can jump on me and maybe full combo me, especially with Ignite, using my W like this is very risky, because it's on like a 5-second cooldown. And as soon as Nocturne, let's say Nocturne was waiting down here, which he may well be, as soon as I use my W here on these 3 minions, which is fine if he wasn't here, but I don't know that, so again, this is why it's risky. If he then ults, I have to, like, I've got no flash, and he probably gets me, well, I'd say he might even kill me. There is definitely kill pressure now, because I've got nothing to fight back with, and I've got no self-peel. So if Elise doesn't come, I am fucked. But thankfully for me, he wasn't. So a little mistake there. So again, like, thinking, yeah, okay, you obviously want to shove the wave because Nocturne's not here. You know, you want him to miss this wave. You know, you want to give him a fucking cost for backing. Fortunately, I get my back off here. I'm going to switch to Ghost, I think I do, because I think Ghost on TF is good. Again, in base, we're buying quick and running out as soon as we can, so we're not missing that much XP. I do think I end up missing the cannon, though, which is a little bit of a shame. But we continue. We come back mid. So Nocturne uses R right here. I don't know why he uses R. I think it was because Udo was fighting, or I don't know, maybe he wanted to give him some cover. A little bit weird. But again, the lane continues. So 59 at 7.5, it's not bad, especially seeing as I roamed. So again here, like, this is really weird from Nocturne, taking that trade. Like, I'm more than happy copying that, because I can see us under turret pretty easily now as TF. Not too difficult. Okay, so we're going to look top lane. I should be pressing F2. I don't know why the fuck I'm, you know, panning over the map with my mouse. It's slower. And therefore not as good. Again here, like, I don't know where Nocturne is. Let's see if we saw him anywhere. Okay, so Nocturne is missing. So here I'm thinking, alright, well, maybe he backed and got, I don't know, like, a Dirk or something, or maybe even Boots. I have no idea. But when I don't see him in lane, like, I know his ult's on cooldown because he used it earlier. So I'm just going to shove this in, and as TF, like, if he does go on me, then I can just W. Again, here was a little mistake. I should be backing under tower. So in high elo, like, if he stops my back here, it's really bad. So I should be backing, like, even further back, halfway between these turrets, just to be safe. Most of the time you want to back on cannon waves. Honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about that if you're in low elo. Yeah, if you're on gold and you've got items, just B. It's fine. I think I'm running footwear this game as well, which I am. So waiting for boots doesn't mean anything because I've got the rune for it. Here as well, just looking at the map, realizing that I can go in on a Lowy here. And I end up picking a double kill. So this lane's looking nice. 70 CS at 8 minutes, we pick up a double kill with double buffs, and that, honestly, I don't want to say decides the game. It's still about knowing what to do, and, you know, everything still says the same, like wave management, vision, CSing, trading pads. Like, they all say the same throughout the game, don't get me wrong, but being in this position, like, you shouldn't be losing it. As in, you should have a lot bigger influence compared to your opponent in a situation like this. So again here, like, at least it's really far behind, still 0-3. So, because Nocturne's dead, I could have got some plating there because I'm running Demolish. I probably should have done it as well. But I still think this is fine. Don't know if it's optimal. I still think getting plates was good. And here again, like, yeah, it puts me, you know, losing half HP for that probably wasn't worth. So we come back mid, pull out a gold card. I thought it was going to go to a blue. Thankfully, those 2 minions at the back didn't die, and I can just Q the wave. Again, Nocturne, look how hard he shoves. He's got Tiamat now, he's got his passive and his Q, so It's actually nice for TF because you know you're going to have an influence in the game unless you like really fucking run it down early game, which is like most games. So here, like, the reason I'm poking him here, the difference is that I'm fed. I've got double buff, so I've got sustain from red buff if I don't fight anyone. I've also got rower here. I've still got my potions. And I can just hit this guy for free. And I've got the mana, the abilities as well, and the damage to just clear this wave in like 2 seconds. If it was level 1, or 2, maybe even 3, like just early game, just before any damage, like holding this wave up would be questionable because you're going to lose HP. And it gives Nocturne a little bit of kill pressure. Like, let's say it was level 5 and I'm half HP, he hits 6 on a wave, he might even just look to ult me straight away. But here, there's no chance of that. And again, like, you see the damage that we take, it's pretty much nothing. So that's why I'm looking to trade with him now. So again, like, the first few levels, or knowing the matchup generally, might not be the case for the game. The Nocturne in this case is really bad. So you can look to be more aggressive. Here we go, Sword Shoes and the Wisp, giving us some nice movement speed. Getting around the map is good. I actually really like cooldown boots, especially low elo on TF. Just for your ultimate cooldown and getting around the map to help your teammates. And I think in a game like this, it would actually be pretty useful. So here I'm watching bot. I'm watching bot to see what's going on. Like, I don't really need to look at mid. I know what I want to do in this lane. So looking to see if like Lucian flashes or Udyr flashes, all of that stuff is important. Again here, just going to shove this in. Missed 1 CS out of 6, but that's fine. It's kind of annoying when the minions are on, like, when your Q leads them on 1 HP, because you are going to miss some because of it. We get 2 plates here. Again, I'm still going to hit the turret. I've got no reason to roam top at the moment. I don't really want to go to an Ornn lane, unless he's, like, legit 1 HP. Then I might ghost there from mid lane, but here, just get some plates. It's always free, because Nocturne's missing. And if he goes on me as well, I don't really mind it, because I've got ghost, I've got flash. I think I can peel myself. Here he tries to Q me again, so Udyr comes with it. I have to flash this because I'm pretty sure I do die. Udyr, like, with his red smart and tiger stance might do a lot of damage. Better to be safe than sorry. And we end up popping Ghoster and chasing because I see my team coming up through river and Nocturne eventually dies. Again, when Nocturne dies here, we're looking to get something. I see Elise and Twitch being aggressive in their jungler. And we end up killing the Udyr. So now I know that anything on the map is free. I could even ult bot if I wanted to, but getting this mid lane turret is definitely, you know, being first turret of the game is definitely the best option. And I probably would have got it earlier. Remember when I did Raptors at level 8? These Raptors down here, if I just stuck to the turret and hit the plates, this turret would have been gone like 30 seconds before, but still fine. So here again, overstaying a little bit here. The Lich Bane's 2350, which I didn't actually realize. Again, I'm not well versed in, you know, gold value and all that stuff. So here I probably should have done Wolves. Definitely should have done to get Lich Bane. But the back isn't actually that bad because I can get a Sheen and a Seeker's Arm Guard, which is what I want for Nocturne. Get some armor in the kit. And we continue out of base. Also should have changed my flash from the spellbook thing. But again, here, this video, the main point of it is to look at the laning and seeing how you can win a game just from prior knowledge, just from knowing the matchup. And here we're going to continue farming. We see a kill top lane. I'm not sure what's happening with Nocturne at the time. But again, like, I'm just not scared of him at all. If he jumps on me, I'm pretty sure I might even be able to 1v1 him, or stall long enough for Elise or my team to come and rotate over. So this was a little bit interesting here. So I see Udyr here. We card a random, which is good. Yeah, auto attack him. He runs off. I pop a potion to get tonic, so I get here quicker. Now, I should have waited for this because Ornn actually ulted and hit me up here, and I'm just waiting for Alawi to run in, and she ends up flashing. So if Alawi's more aware there, we kill Udyr 100% here, and this is where I die. So this is the only death of the game. Again, I'm like, fuck this, I'm running after him. So a little bit impatient, I guess. I should have just hit the tower with Alawi and just accept defeat. So if we see here, when I come in here, I see Alawi running away on the minimap. She should be here with me like straight away, and Udyr definitely dies. Unfortunately, he gets away and I die. But honestly, would I have played that much differently? I definitely should have waited for the Ornn to come through, but apart from that, like, I wouldn't have done much different. And at least ends up killing Nocturne there. I don't really need to show you guys that. Udyr starts running it down here. I think, what did we do here? Okay, yeah, so TP mid lane. You see me motoring out of the base. because of the TP. And Udyr turns around and tries to one-shot the least, but we get the kill on him. So this is where the game is pretty much over. And it may seem as if like, oh yeah, you know, it's pretty easy, you know, when your team's doing well or whatnot, but they're really not doing that well. Like Udyr was pumping Elise early game. It's just knowing this lane. I think that was the key to this game. And sometimes you're going to just win games based off that knowledge. And if the opponent doesn't know what to do, then you've got a massive advantage, I think. So again, we see Nocturne bot lane, so I'm going to be versing their Lucian and Brown most likely, unless Nocturne wants to roam mid. So here I'm a little cautious, thinking, okay, well, now I see 3 bot, it's like, right, well, now I'm just going to shove. Do I want to go bot for a Twitch Lulu? Not really. I don't think they're doing that well either. I think they're running it down a little bit. So here, just shove mid, look to make a play top lane. See Nocturne running mid. Get the CS. Always important. I know it's a little, you know, finicky and monotonous, you know, trying to get all the CS, but it is important. It's an important skill to be patient with the CS as well. Now we're just going to play around our Elise here. So Nocturne comes in here. Played that a little weird. I should have started auto-attacking him more. Q on cooldown, now it comes up, so Elise dies. So again here, like even here, like Nocturne and Udyr win the 2v2, so I'm going to Q Nocturne just to say, you know, get the fuck away from me. Miss that CS, again, a little impatient. There's always stuff to nitpick, but on the whole, like, this was a good game. Miss that CS too. But in terms of the actual lane, like, I think that's the most important takeaway from this video. Get the kill on the Ornn. Important to put auto attacks in after you Q because you're your Lich Bane proc. And your E, of course, and we end up getting the tower. And Nocturne continues to shove mid. So that's good from Nocturne. That's what he should have done again. If I go top or if I roam, he should be shoving that in. And forcing my jungler to either come mid, or I lose golden XP. So here I decided to go bot lane, obviously. I don't know why Twitch gives this up. He wants to fight, okay. So I'm like, right, well, I'm going to get this bot wave. And we end up getting all the CS there, which is nice. And then we're just going to shove these waves in. So we don't see anyone coming to match us here. So again, just looking to shove. Then some people show up bot lane, and then it's like, well, they've got a Nocturne ultimate. I'm just going to chill. There's no reason for me to push up here. Unfortunately, Elise's Spiderlings get blue buff, which is a little AIDS, but we continue in the game. It has about a minute left. So guys, if you did find this useful, please give it a thumbs up. I really want to see where this coaching stuff goes. I'm really enjoying it. I've had about, I'd say at least a dozen kind of clients, if you will, already, or students, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, it's been great. I've had a lot of fun doing it. This is similar to what a 1 hour VOD review would be like. Obviously, we'd go into more detail on some of the things, but for the most part, this is very similar. Again, like, I know most of this stuff, so I'm not going to go through this game in as much detail as I would normally. But yeah, a 1 hour session is $25, 2 hours is $60, and a 3 hour is $95. So that's all Australian. Here as well, we're just going to wait over the wall. A nice little trick, just get your stun ready. You can also do that mid lane on one of the walls. Where these brushes are, you can wait over this wall if you're playing Syndra and QE them while they're farming under turret or close to it, and get some free damage off. And this is where the game ends. So again, Twitch starts to go over the walls and back when we can just, I don't know, get turrets and objectives and all that stuff, seeing as one of them has died. Or dead. Nocturne comes in here, I'm going to exhaust him. Yeah, lovely. Get the red card and then the Q on Lucian. And we end up finishing the game with a nice little team fight. Nice triple kill at the end. And that was it. So honestly, I think this game was just me kind of hard carrying just from knowing the matchup. Let me know what you guys think, what your takeaways were. Any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, peace.